So just like that, we have someone's TV unit fully designed. Alright, did here. So today we're modeling a TV wall unit. So this wall is pretty wide. It's about 276 inches wide. So the TV wall unit is normally found 8 inches above the ground and spans a height of 12 inches. So I just have to make sure that my sockets are all inside. If they're not inside, just like the way this is not properly covered, I can just extend this a little bit higher. It goes up to maximum of 12. So I'm going to do 2 higher so that it's 10. 10 is just the sweet spot for a TV wall unit. So I'm just going to do a rectangle here and I pull it with a depth of 16. So this is the lower box of the TV unit. So this whole wall is just going to be a TV unit. So yeah, let's go direct into the other parts of the design. So I'm going to make symmetry, my friend here, and I already have a few templates that I've already used to design this TV unit. So I'm just going to bring now some of them, and that's what I'm going to be using basically, right? So yeah, let me get the glass cabinet for the TV. Yeah, there's this. Obviously this is going to be really small considering the size of this TV unit. Now you can look at that. It's just like not even like at least half of the wall. The wall is extremely high, so we're going to try and go as high as 92, which is our standard height from the ground. So I'm just going to put this also like somewhere there. Yeah, now we have this, but obviously it can't cut through the sockets, so I'm going to expand this a bit more. This is already 18. Yeah, so I'm just going to expand another 18 the other side. Then we're going to carry this side, put it here. Then we're going to pull out a side panel, and the second is going to come out a little bit. I'm going to take this color for the other wood, so that I'm going to use to paint the side panel. Now this glass, I'm going to give it a frame of 1 inch, and its color, the color of the frame, I normally like to take this the plain gray. Yeah, so more of something like that. And the next step is just to duplicate that and also put it the other side. So another thing is it needs to be in the middle. Let me locate the middle so that they are both practical, right? So this is also going to be the middle end. Now we have this side of the unit already catered for. Now we can go ahead and cater for this other side. Then I'm going to bring in the TV unit, the wall palette, and the backsplash. This is basically all we need for a design. The TV is normally 55 inches, the viewing level, and this TV will need a little bit of scaling just to fit the size. You can do this to be more accurate. So first we're going to go for about 75 inches for this unit. Yeah, so you can always take dimensions of TV particularly to what you want. Just measure the height and the width of every TV, but this is 67 inch. 67 inches is still not what we're looking for. We're looking at 75. Yeah, this is good enough for a 75. Let me let me look at scaling this. Let me first do simple 80 for this. Yeah, it's not going to go up to there, obviously. So you see the TV is already almost in the middle of the 55. Now we just need to look at this also, aligning with the top of this, and then also positioning the TV. Since they're all like one unit, position the TV in the middle like that. So I'm going to just put palettes towards the left, then on the right I'm going to just put shelving, because these palettes they can prove to be really expensive. So I'm just going to try to make it very simple. Yeah, like that, times two. Times two. uh, yeah, let me grab that again. Times two. Yeah, now it's going to cover everything up. Yeah, like these things around this area, sometimes when you are having a time-based project, you may not even have enough time to correct them, right? As long as it's seen from the front, that's all that will matter. No matter what you do, that's all that will matter, right? So then that's how it's going to go. And then this is the middle. Yes. And yeah, so here we don't have this thing reaching all the way. Let me just put it here a little bit, and we just pull this in it, grab this part, then pull out this part, just to match the flow. So now we have that. Then for the wall panel, for this wall panel, I'm going to scale this down a little bit, maybe 20. 20 will do very well, and it ought to come a little bit side to, yeah. Let me just go to the front view. Just going to copy a little bit of this. I'm just going to put it here. Just going to get it a couple of times, maybe 7 times, or even like 8 times. Yeah, like that. So yeah, let's stop around here. Just pull that to that upper part. Then our our panel is not as straight as it's supposed to. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be like that. More of that. Let me try and see to measure it from here. 69 and 69 and yeah, that's okay. But now let's make this a definite figure. At least let's do 60 for now. Yeah. So for now, yeah, and I'm also going to pull it a little bit more on this other side. Let me just make sure that it's at the center of the TV unit too. 32 and a half, and the other side is 31 and a half. All right, so let me just reduce this by 1 for purposes of symmetry, so that we have both of them being 31 and a half and 31 and a half. Yeah, so now I'm going to move this by 24 Then I'm going to also move this by another 24 inches. So now we need to work on fixing this other part of the board. So I'm just going to carry this, and I'm going to put its match down here. Yeah. So yeah, now we have this. I'm just going to push these things in, just so we have enough. Yeah. Yeah. There. There. I'm just trying to pimp this out, guys. Yeah. So let me put this right here. Copy this times 8 and times 9. Yeah. So that's it, and that's it. So just double click, and we'll lose the lower parts of the panel. Yeah. So it's done the same thing all the way up. So these are just things that we can delete now, and yeah, that's what we have now. Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Yeah. So I think you can see how symmetry is playing a very important part here. Now, all we're going to do right now is just to add in some of the floating shelves, and for the floating shelves, it's going to be pretty random with it. Nothing like specific apart from just the height from down at least being 2 feet, which is 24 inches. Then just gluing things properly and making sure I have like some definite scale. Let me look at it from this perspective. Then let me look for like maybe 16. I'm going to work out on this still a little bit more. Yeah. So I'm going to leave 1 foot from here. Then here also 1 foot. So now you can see whatever is remaining is going to be how our shelving is going to be long. So more of that. Yeah. If I'm to do this, it will be very symmetrical and very intentional for the design. And this is something that I would love. But then you can also play around and make the things like form of a zigzag. Like take this here, then bring this a little bit more here, then you take this again the other side, something like that. This too, you can end up with something nice out of this. Actually, let's make this 6. Let's make this 6, and then let's also 6 the other side. Then Then let's bring this here, bring this here, then let's bring this here. So yeah, this is actually intentional and nice. So let me know what you know about this, or what you think about this design coming out. So 0.75 is for the top part of the board. Then it's going to have the side panels on the side. Then handleless design throughout one. Now we have this. I prefer to divide this in odd numbers, so it's very intentional. But here I'm seeing about 10 drawers. That's 27 already. If I'm to do 9, let's see if I divide by 9. The maximum we can do is 35, and this is 30. 30 looks okay. Yeah. Then look at this part here being the middle. This part here being the middle. Then the middle gets pushed in a little bit by 0.75, and it also has an offset of 0.75. This middle is intentionally supposed to be having some glass just to make it a little bit unique, give it a unique feel. So I'm just going to paint that glass. I'm going to pull out the glass by 0.2, which is the thickness of glass. Then I'm going to push 0.75 here, 0.75 here. Very intentional with the design. Once again, the top part I'm just going to be very intentional and give it another color, so that the top parts are this color. So you can see how building the TV unit is really that simple. So just like that, we have a TV unit fully working, and this is, mind you, a 75-inch TV. So we can just put in like some few decors. I'm just going to put in like some flower pots, because why not? Flower pots would look really good for this aesthetic, right? Let me go inside the script, put up this. We have something very nice, and you see all those sockets are also very free from the glass, and yeah, this is it. So just like that, we have someone's TV unit fully designed. Yeah, let me know if you like this kind of design workflows, and if you want your personal kitchen or TV unit design, reach out via the description of this video, and we shall have that design for you in less than 24 hours.